Salutations, everyone. Salamander here, and in this episode, I am going to describe the first of the unknowns, or at least I guess, yeah, the first, other than extinction, which I kind of briefly introduced. This is the shadow spider. Now, despite its appearance, this creature is actually completely harmless. Crazy, I know. Uh, the shadow spider is probably likely a small game hunter or scavenger that likely just accidentally stumbled through a rift. What is known is that it does have a strange ability in that it can essentially consume the negative emotions of someone, i.e., because it's on Earth, at least at this time, that would make humans. So this creature is somehow able to essentially sense when someone has a very high amount of negative emotions, and it will essentially this thing will quite literally go up to them. And because of how terrifying it is, this isn't exactly an actual adaptation. This is more of a skill issue on our part here, where this thing will kind of go up to them, and then they get so terrified that they pass out. And the creature essentially will, I guess, crawl on top of them and then proceed to suck out what seems to be some kind of a spiritual, um, gaseous thing, which is essentially the negative emotions. It is, no one knows how or why this is even possible or why it's doing this, but it seems to be able to metabolize off of the negative emotions somehow by consuming them, which does result in the individual when they wake up feeling way better than they did before. The creature is actually surprisingly a rather friendly creature and is rather curious. So interacting with it is not completely off the table, though don't expect it to know what playing fetch is. It's not it probably was is gonna probably think you're weird if you try throwing a stick. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the shadow spider. There isn't too much other than maybe saying that this thing is uh probably like half the size like half the height of the average male human in terms of how big this thing is. But other than that, there's not really much else to say about this thing as it's it's still a relatively obscure creature. But yeah, that's pretty much the shadow spider. Hopefully it proved to be a somewhat interesting uh organism, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.